Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway, and thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, if there's something you want to see on this show or you have any ideas that you want to see us implement on the show, drop them in the comments below or hit us in our DMs. Holler us, we holler back. It's been an eventful week in all sports right now, and I can't wait to get into it. Oh, my goodness. First, let me introduce you to the man that doesn't agree with me a lot, but I do be right some of the time, most of the time. But he is our sports almanac here at Blow the Whistle Sports. His name is Mr. Steven Rubain. How you doing, sir?
I just want to correct you. You're right a little bit of the time, but I'm doing well.
Most of the time.
We're going to get to that in a second, but I'm great. I think I had to call you a couple times this week because I got so excited over some things that I hate to say I told you so, but it's going to be a lot of told you so's this week. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's get into it.
Hey, what you tell me so?
We're going to get to it. I'm going to explain it to you. Don't worry.
And we're going to open those phone lines for y'all to call in and give y'all opinions on anything that we got to say tonight and last week, or if you might just have something you want to get off your chest and you don't think that we approached it right. Yeah, let us know.
We're going to let you know. And like I said, we love to hear what you have to say because we need that feedback. I get tired of making Packers look bad. I need to have some more people come in and tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But
you be wrong, Steve.
More time than right, I'll be right.
So see, the thing is this about being wrong and be right. It's all about perspective. Oh, no. And from your perspective that you are right, I mean that's okay. That's okay. You can have that perspective. I agree with you with having that perspective.
Listen, perspective is a loser word. The word is reality fact. So there's a difference between having a perspective and a fact. I throw facts at you. You throw perspectives.
Perspective, yes.
Okay.
Because some things have to deal with perspective.
All right. Well, let's look.
Your facts are your facts.
Okay. Well, like I said, we're gonna get to that in a few.
We're gonna call them Steve facts.
Let's get straight to the news because, like I said, because I'm dying to get to this. So we're gonna run through some of these news real quick. But first of all, we're gonna start with the WNBA finals. They are set.
Where we at?
We're
Steve?
gonna have the Minnesota Lynx versus the New York Liberty. So the Minnesota Lynx knocked off the Connecticut Sun. Minnesota, led by Nafisa Collier, they're kind of like the underdog in this series, because the New York Liberty, led by Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu, knocked off the defending champs, Las Vegas Aces.
How can you be underdogs and you in the nitty gritty right now? You in it to win it.
Because the Liberty has, I think, is a lot more talent than the Lynx do. So I don't see that this could be a sweep, but they might be able to win one game out of it. But
they made it to the big game.
They made it to the big game, but like I said, I think they don't have the same level of talent that the New York Liberty have.
Well, there we at with perspective.
No, I'm talking fact.
These teams won to be here.
Right.
They won to be here.
Okay.
So perspective is them being underdogs, maybe to that team because that team is supposed to be superior. But they on an even playing ground because they made it here. Team sport. Team.
So he's the guy who gets the attendance trophies. That hey, you played the game. Here, you get a trophy. Here, you get a trophy.
And you get a trophy.
You get one. Hey, you burned there for 5 minutes. Here, you get a trophy too. So anyway, if you guys enjoy some good basketball, it's going to start tomorrow night. Minnesota Lynx versus the New York Liberty in the WNBA Finals.
Yes, go.
All right. Let's get to baseball. Did you catch any of that with the thing of the Dodgers Padres where they're like throwing balls on the field, fans throwing balls at the players throwing balls at the managers? That game one was a little weird.
I missed that.
Yeah, it was a little weird at game one with the Dodgers and Padres. But right now, as we speak, they are playing San Diego up 2-1, and the Dodgers, last I checked, had a 3-0 lead on the Padres.
Did anybody get hurt?
No, nobody even got hit. But it was just a case of it was just a weird. It started in the first inning when Mookie Betts hit what should have been a home run, but he was robbed, and so the guy who caught the ball, made it look like he wasn't sure if he caught it or didn't catch it, so he kind of faked it out like You know when they go reach into the stands, the fan could catch it, or the player can catch it.
Oh, I did see that when he started bouncing around and bounced back and looking at the fans
and
like,
the fan taunting them. And so
I'm glad you brought that up. Why didn't the fans knock the ball or hit the ball?
Well, I think they were trying. I think the guy was trying to catch the ball. So he was trying to catch it, but you have a glove versus a hand. The glove's going to win 90% of the time.
But this is my thing: fans can intervene, and then he wouldn't have been out, right?
Well, no. Once the ball goes to the stand, the fan has every right to the ball than the player does. So the fan could have taken the ball from the player,
and then he wouldn't have been out.
Right. Correct.
So the fans weren't doing their job.
They weren't doing their job. No. The fan was trying to be greedy and trying to catch the ball himself and got robbed. So.
This is it right here.
Yeah,
you got to do your thing.
Well, LA's we're a nicer city. And that was New York. The player would probably got punched in the face. He probably would have got a right cross across the face as he's trying to catch the ball. So it's a different mentality.
You want to know what the score is?
What's the score currently?
Yankees 3, Royals 2.
Okay, so we got the Yankees, Royals also playing. What's the Dodgers score?
Oh, the Dodgers score. My bad, sir.
We're gonna get to the Yankees in a second.
Dodgers is 5, Padres 0.
Ooh, so it's up to 5-0. So it looks like Dodgers are
bottom of the third.
So Dodgers want to get a game 5. I think it'll be on Friday, if I remember correctly, in LA.
And it's a guy on the Padres that's mad because he used to be on the Dodgers.
Yeah, and
he feels like he got done wrong.
Yeah, and that's someone who supposedly threw the ball at the manager of the Dodgers.
Aha.
So yeah, the Dodger manager came out and said that a ball from Manny Machado came towards him and almost hit him in the dugout.
I did watch that game.
Yeah, so you did see it.
I did see it because that game was a little. My goodness, he was talking trash.
Yeah, talking all kind of trash. But which is good though. Baseball needs that though because they need to start marketing these players. These guys need to be marketed more. They need to, people need to know who they are outside of their markets. So
why big name brands is not going after these guys because they're not marketed right?
They're not marketed right. Baseball is not doing their job. Unlike the NFL, who just does an amazing job of marketing,
the NBA.
Or the NBA. Both of those leagues have great commissioners who do a great job of marketing their product. Baseball lives off of its reputation of the past. And so you got to move to where people are now. You got to try to attend to where, and like people like that kind of drama. People like, things getting set up. So, So we got Dodgers, Padres 5-0. You just mentioned about the Yankees leading the Royals. They're tied 1-1, and so the Yankees could take a 2-1 lead if they can pull that game out. Now, earlier today, we got our first team to make it to the National League Finals, the New York Mets. They knocked off who was one of the favorites in the National League, the Philadelphia Phillies. So I'm sure Philadelphia is not a nice place to be tonight because those Philly fans are crazy. So
in Philly,
yeah, in Philly. So that's not a good place to be tonight. So
the game was in Philly.
The game was in Philly, and they lost the series. So you don't want to be outside the stadium, especially
you better be in your room and order room service.
Yeah, so
and then don't tell them that you're the other team. So order room service.
So Mets fans just jump on in that car, get right on 95 and head right up to New York. Hour and a half drive to New York. Don't look back. So they won the series 3-1. So the Mets now are going to play either the winner of the Dodger Padres series, and then the Yankees Royals winner will play the Guardians or the Tigers. Detroit won today 3-0 to have a 2-1 lead on Cleveland. So we got some more good baseball coming up. Next week, we're going to get into those National League and American League finals.
So once again, who do you think will win it all?
Well, I was thinking the Phillies before it started, but now that the Phillies are out, I'm going with the Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to find a way. But
are you just going with teams not to be on the Dodgers side?
No. I think the Yankees right now. The Dodgers got to get past the Padres. They had a tough.
It's 5-0 right now.
It's 5-0 right now, but they got to play a game 5. So,
but it's 5-0.
I know it's 5-0. They might win this one, but I'm just telling you, hey,
you were wrong about the team that just got put out.
Yeah, I want a Yankees Dodgers World Series. That's my dream.
Steve, we in LA, right?
That's what I said. I said I want a Yankees Dodgers World Series. So I'm gonna take the Yankees, LA against New York, and I'm gonna go with New York.
Yeah, but I asked you a question. You only said the Yankees.
I said I think the Yankees are gonna go all the way. I said the Yankees are gonna play the Dodgers, and I want the Yankees to win.
Well, people here want to hear the Dodgers is going all the way, Steve.
Well, history hasn't shown that though. They've made the playoffs every year, and they got one World Series to show for it in the last 30 years.
I don't think anybody wanted to hear that, Steve.
I'm just look. Once again, perspective versus reality. Your perspective is the people want the Dodgers to win. Reality is, much like the Cowboys, the Dodgers are the team that teases you every year to let you think this is the year, and then they let you down. So, and people know what I'm talking about. If you're a Dodger fan, you know what I'm talking about. I hear every year from these Dodger fans, "Oh, this is the year. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it." And then when they lose, they give you that look.
Hey,
they give you that.
If y'all have something bad to say,
I'm just telling you.
That's Steve.
I think
the Dodgers is gonna do it.
I'm just being
go
real
all the way.
Okay.
And, hey,
you're gonna be disappointed again. So that's all I'm saying. I'll leave it at that. You got anything else you want to say about baseball?
Hey, no.
Okay, you
Dodgers. Go Dodgers.
All right, go Dodgers. Go Yankees. All right. So anyway,
I know you had to stick it in there.
You know I got to stick it in there. College football.
Woo!
This was Upset Saturday last week. Upset Saturday, led by the number 1 Alabama Clemson Tide, coming off a huge win to Georgia. You had the old trap game. So you just beat Georgia, then you got to play Tennessee, and they took it to them. So Alabama knocked off the number 1 perch.
I had to blow the whistle on that. Alabama doing their thing.
Not last week they were. They got it headed to them. So I'm just keeping it real. So
who's the winners?
Alabama lost. So Missouri lost to Texas A&M. So they got knocked out of the top 10. And one of your favorites, USC.
And you know this, man.
And they lost as well. USC lost to Minnesota. So I just love rubbing it in.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine, Steve. That's fine. You know, people win, people lose.
Yeah.
Who's your team?
You know I'm a Maryland Terp.
Are they in it, Steve?
Well, they in it.
So just because they're not in it, you're gonna have your hateful ways through the whole.
Of course. Who are you speaking to? That's how I've always been.
Hey,
I haven't got to the true hate yet. Wait till we get to the NFL. Man, the hate's gonna be thick in the NFL this week.
I know how you are.
I'm being nice in these sports. Wait till I get to the NFL.
I know how you are.
Ooh, yeah.
If you're just now tuning in, please like, subscribe, and share.
Absolutely.
Share this to your friends. Send it to a loved one so we can reach them, and then we can reach their friend, and then we can reach their friend. Hey, hit that like. It's free. It's free. Go ahead and hit it.
Yeah, we need that input because, like I said, as you see, I'm way ahead on with my man Packett over here. I'm just like taking it to him. I'm like right now, I'm just doing like jab, jab, jab. But he's gonna get the left hook and the knockout punch in about 10 minutes.
Well, everybody knows. They see what we wearing. They know that you're excited because your team did a full 360 finally.
4-1.
Oh my goodness!
Now put up your fingers.
It's been years since he had a smile on his face.
Put up your fingers. What's your record?
You know what? When both our teams was bad, you was a nice guy.
Man, you know it.
But now that your team is good and my team is still horrible,
people know.
We'll get there.
2 years ago, I wouldn't even wear this. This hat sat on the floor for a whole year. Remember for a whole year, I refused. I wore the ref hat for a whole year because I refused to put on the Commander's hat until I think I hate even saying this word, Daniel Snyder.
Yeah, but see. Unlike you.
Until Daniel Snyder had to sell the team, I refused to wear a Washington Commanders gear.
I remember that.
Yes.
But unlike you, the Cali Cat Pack, the Roaring Riot, Panther Nation, they know what it is. They know we having a rough time.
Oh man.
But we'll get there.
I've been having so much fun on the Panther blogs and there. Oh my goodness.
Hey Steve,
don't
get booted off, man.
Don't
get booted off.
No, see, I know how to be smart about it. You just kind of like give them like a little jab. You don't go for the knockout punch. You just like feed up a little something like, and like say something like, Bryce Young probably would have been better off not getting drafted by the Panthers. And then people gonna be like, yeah, he's not better than CJ Stroud. And then you get him going, and it's like, oof, that type of stuff.
Please don't go to the fan base and start feeding into the stereotypes of what's going on. Some people just don't understand. Are we still in college football? You got something else to say?
Oh, no. I just, like I said, we wanted to segue into the NFL because I just been dying to get to some of the news that came out this last week. let's knock off the other stuff first before we get to the good stuff.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna start first with and I'm gonna give a little props to somebody who I always criticize, but I'm gonna give him a little props for just this week. That's Kirk Cousins.
What?
I'm gonna give him.
We had to give you a sack for that, Steve. You're finally giving Kirk Cousins his just due.
No, for 1 week. I'm giving out 1 week love.
Okay, all right.
Because this Thursday night, Kirk Cousins had probably one of his best games of his career.
He's done it before.
He's not to this extent.
I understand not to this extent, but this man has done great things before.
Well, he passed for 509 yards and about 4 or 5 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
They knocked off the Tampa Bay Bucks in a nationally televised Thursday game, 36-30 in overtime.
Got to give it up to Kirk Cousins.
But you know who I want to give it up to more, even Kirk Cousins? We love that 15 seconds of fame. Cordero Hodge. Now, here's somebody who's been in the league 6-7 years, been a special teams guy, bounced around team after team after team. He had his one chance for glory. Now, but those who didn't watch the game,
you about to smear mud on him?
No.
Smear mud on him. Steve?
No. I'm not smearing mud at all. I'm actually giving him his props. I said,
okay, but the way you said it,
he
had his one chance.
This is his one chance, but in overtime in the game, the court, Drake London, who's the starting wide receiver for the Falcons, he gets hurt. Cordero Hodge gets put in for him. That next play is just a simple across the middle route. He takes it and he runs like his life's dependent on it. I mean, it's like the
seat is opened up,
falling up. He was running. I think he ran like a 4.240. He got that ball and ran like he never had the ball before in his life.
Woo!
It was. I mean, it was amazing. It was a beautiful run after the catch. And this is a guy, like I said, had only one touchdown in his 7-year NFL career, and the biggest touchdown of his life happened in this game. This is a Prairie View A&M alum, so I want to give a shout out to Prairie View A&M. This guy who came in, like I said, had his one shot to make a fame, and he took true advantage of it. And it was a beautiful thing. So I just want to give a shout out to him. We love those stories. We all have the superstars, but when you had that guy who doesn't give up on themselves,
that's a true underdog story.
Doesn't give up on themselves.
His family would never forget this one.
Never forget it. He'll never forget it. I mean, this is so he's gonna be telling to his kids how on Thursday Night Football against the
Tampa prime
time against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he ran the touchdown of his life. And he's gonna tell of course, like 8 guys were trying to tackle me, and I was able to knock them all off. And
you know what? Tampa Bay gave that away.
Oh, they gave it away. Oh yeah,
gave that away. They did not play to win. Remember we were talking about play to win?
Play to win. I can't stand it when teams at the end of the game decide we're just going to
lay back.
Let's play conservative. We don't want to give it up. We don't want to do anything. Let's play for the.
But you don't run any time off the clock.
What he's talking about, the score was 30-27.
Paint the picture, Steve.
I'm paint the picture. It was 30-27 Bucks. You had about a minute left in the game. They had the ball. It was like 3rd and 15.
Yes, sir.
They were just outside of field goal range. Now, common sense will tell you, play for the field goal, make the Falcons score a touchdown to win.
Or at least take some time off this clock.
Or at least take time off the clock. They went out there and threw some horrible pass out of bounds down towards the goal line.
Didn't make them spend no time
off the clock. Saved their last timeout. And then the ultimate of the slap, they didn't even try to get in field goal range. They punted the ball. So they just said, here, Kirk Cousins, we're going to give you a minute 15 and a timeout. And all you need is a field goal to tie the game.
We want to see if you can be great.
Yeah.
We want to see if you can be great. And guess what he did?
He did exactly what you expect Kirk Cousins to do. Minute 15 and no pressure on him. He drove right down the field, got that field goal.
And then he was swag surfing. Did you see it?
Swag surfing. now, Kirk Cousins is good for that, though. I remember when he was with the Redskins. Remember with that Buccaneer game? He had something with the Bucks.
Wait a minute, you reminiscing, Steve?
Yeah, reminiscing. When he was with the Redskins, he had that. You got that? What was that? You like that? I was just saying. You like that? Where he won the game. They were supposed to lose the Bucks. He ended up upsetting them. And then running off the field, he looked in the microphone and said, "You like that?" And so that was like a saying, like a DC people were buying. You like that T-shirts?
It had to be a DC thing.
Yeah, it was a DC thing.
Because here in LA, I was like, "What you talking about, Steve?"
Yeah. In DC, there was like I said, this is when Kirk Cousins had just started getting the notoriety, the starting job in DC. This was like his big first game, but he came back and they upset the Buccaneers.
Guess who's in the house, Steve?
Who we got?
Lamont Mahalia. He said, "Bird gang in the house."
Bird gang in the house. Well, we're gonna. We had the Eagle bye this week, so we don't have any to feed off the Eagles, but they're gonna be back in town this week. We're gonna get to find out.
But before their bye, what did they do?
Didn't they lose?
Exactly.
Well, okay.
So Lamont, we see you here, but we ain't heard from you. We ain't heard nothing from you. Hey, you know what? No, one of the Eagles called last week.
We did get an Eagle call, yeah.
We had an Eagle call. Oh, we got
Lamont.
Darnell, Mr. 49er. He must be watching us on YouTube and Facebook. I see him on Facebook right now. He said, "Hi, Mr. 49er in the house."
49's in the house.
Shout out to Richard Allen Watson Jr. What's up, sir? How you doing? Thank you once again. How you doing, Hasibi? And Terrence Murphy. Giving a shout out to everybody that's watching us on Facebook right now. And I can't see the names on YouTube, but yeah. Shout out to everybody on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you for the support.
We love you anyway. Though we can't see your name, we love you. Just to let you know.
Hey, just drop a comment and we'll shout you out.
Well, let's get the phone lines open. We're going to get controversial in about 2 minutes. And so I want to hear somebody tell me I'm wrong. I dare someone to call me.
You got me for that, Steve.
Oh, well.
Like I can tell you're wrong.
I need competition. I need somebody who doesn't talk about perspective. I talk about facts.
Your facts.
Well,
because the perspectives are coming from your fact.
The fact is the fact.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to wait till you bring that up then when we're talking about something.
Well, give me a question then. I have a question. So you've always been a Kirk Cousins fan. You've always stood by Kirk Cousins. Do you feel now that Kirk Cousins now needs to win a playoff game this year? Now that he went out there, did his swag, won this Thursday night game, are we going to accept again Kirk Cousins not winning playoff games?
See, I've been a Kirk Cousins fan because I know he's a great quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a Tony Romo fan. He was a great quarterback also, and they just don't perform in big games.
Okay.
Some people get really, really outdone in the lights in the big games. So some people just can't do it. I think Kirk Cousins this year, we'll get him a playoff win.
So you're okay with the fact he's gotten $300 million and one playoff win?
He's a excellent businessman.
Well, okay.
Excellent businessman.
Anyway, but give me your game. What game you want to talk about?
Let's see. You go ahead and give me another one.
You want to get another one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna say the best for last. Guys, let's talk about a good thing. We talk about Kirk Cousins. Let's talk about right now the person who's probably in the lead for the league MVP as a rookie.
I thought you were about to say who's in the league.
Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna get to that in a little bit, but Jaden Daniels. This guy is taking the NFL by storm. Number one in jersey sales. All people are talking about is what the amazing thing he's done. And he's gone out and blown out another team. And speaking of a guy who's went from riches to rags, Deshaun Watson.
Wow.
I mean, you want to talk about an organization that wants their money back. Man,
he's laughing all the way to the bank.
He's laughing all the way to the bank. But the Browns, whoever that GM who made that deal, he's going to forever be linked.
What do you think it is?
He's slow. He don't have this. When he was with the Texans, he used to be able to outrun defensive players to get that. He was a dual threat. He had the speed. Since the knee injury, he just looks like there's just nothing there.
He doesn't even look like he has the same accuracy anymore.
Yeah, but the accuracy's gone because he don't have the. Like I said, he's not that threat, so people don't respect his speed. So now they're trying to depend on his arm, and his arm is just he's missing guys left and right, overthrowing guys, and and he don't seem like he has the same. I don't know if you saw the scene. You probably didn't watch the game because you watched the Panther game, but It was towards the end of the first half.
Were there other games on when the Panther games was on?
There was real football on during that time. But anyway, there was real. But as I was saying, so they had the ball, the Browns towards the goal line. They ended the first half.
Right.
They couldn't get the play in time, so the Browns had to call a timeout. They go ahead, start ready to run the play, and Deshaun Watson, I don't know, he had a brain fart or what was going on, what have you. As the play's getting to go on, he just starts walking off the field again. They have to use another timeout, like 2 timeouts back to back. And the coach is like, what are you doing? What's going on? And Deshaun Watson just looked like he just didn't care. It was just a sad display.
I thought it was a penalty for back to back.
Well, it was called timeouts. There was a penalty. I think there was a penalty before, so it was like a 2nd and 15 or something. But then they ended up having to call a timeout because they didn't get the play in. And then it just looked like Deshaun Watson just didn't want to even be out there.
Not even interested.
It wasn't interested, yeah. And then you could see the coach was just like pissed off at him, but it's like,
what can you do?
What can you do? And yeah,
$230 million.
$230 million guaranteed.
Whew.
So the Browns have a huge dilemma because nobody will take that contract. Listen to me. Now, we have perspective and we have reality. Well, you can talk perspective all you want.
Well, perspective. Somebody, since he's not doing well, what you want him to trade him? Nobody wants that contract, right?
The Browns would trade him yesterday if they could. You better believe if the Browns could get out of that contract, they would do it in a millisecond.
They're not.
They can't.
So you want him to get benched?
He got to get benched. James Winston.
$230 million?
Listen to me. You got to. I mean, see, that's the thing. The Browns are a great fan base, so they're going to come to the games no matter what. It's not like some organizations where fans are just like, I ain't going to show up for these games.
Is Winston playing this week?
Well, no. I mean, Deshaun Watson, I think, is still starting as far as I know.
That's crazy because Winston still puts up numbers.
He puts up numbers. I mean, and
you don't know.
I mean, they're from the season away. The Ravens are legit. The Bengals look like they're going to still be in the mix.
Right.
And the Steelers are legit. So, I mean, the Browns are going to be left behind. They're going to be the worst team in that division. And they got to figure out what they're going to do quick because they can't have Deshaun Watson just week after week going out there. This week.
Oh, shout out to Derek Ori. Angel City Riot in the house. He said 1:30 p.m. game this week. No reason for a no-show for the watch party this week, my man. Hey, man. I don't know. We got to talk about that one. We got to talk about. I hit you on Messenger and see about making it to that game.
I already got the watch party. We're talking about
PM,
Falcons against the Panthers. So
yes, sir.
Our man. We just talked about Kirk Cousins going up against. Is it going to be Andy this week or is it going to be Bryce? Are we going with Andy or Bryce? Who's starting this week?
Andy Dalton.
Okay, so you still got Andy starting?
Yes.
All right. Well,
we got to hope that our wide receivers are playing.
Yeah.
Because everybody was hurt.
Everybody was hurt this game. And we're going to get to the coach's comment this week about the situation with the quarterback. Because, I can't wait to get to this one. Oh, my goodness.
Well, let me jump in.
You jump in real quick.
I want to talk about that Sunday night game, that Steelers-Cowboys.
Steelers-Cowboys, legendary matchup.
How did the Cowboys let the Steelers pull this one off, Steve?
I think you said that wrong. You mean, how did the Steelers let the Cowboys pull it off?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I put everything for the Cowboys to beat Justin Fields. Because remember, he got thrown away like a piece of old tissue.
Yeah.
And he went to the Steelers, and he's been finding a way to win games.
Finding a way to win games, yeah. Yeah. The Steelers, great defense.
And he keep giving him chances at doing what he does. They keep
giving him chances.
15 out of 27, 131 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think Russell Wilson needs to get put back in?
I think Mike Tomlin is like Andy Reid, a great coach, and he knows what he's doing.
Okay.
See, every week teams are playbooking for Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
And if Justin Fields seems like he's not doing it, I believe that this coach will pull him in a minute and put Russell in.
Right.
And then it'll be like something new because they're not watching film on Russell before the game,
Right.
and it's just like springing something on them.
Okay.
Like I tell you, Pittsburgh Steelers for the last couple of years, team has not been there, and they still win games like everything's normal.
Every year over 500, like 17 years straight. So, I mean, they're still over 500 still.
Right now, I think they're playing Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Because I can't see how this team is doing it.
No.
Especially, the Cowboys management must be off or something because they picked up Dalvin Cook and they still haven't elevated him from the practice squad to be their running back. Their running game is sad.
That's sad, yeah. I mean,
you have Dalvin Cook.
Well, Rico Dowdell had a pretty solid game, though, this last game. Now, he's been sad the first 3 games, but this last game, he had about 80 yards, 85 yards, which is what.
So take Dowdell and put Cook in, let Cook start, and let Dowdell take up the slack.
So you think they need to give up an Ezekiel Elliott experience?
He's not doing anything. It's like have a stick and you're poking and he's not moving. What's going on? Flag on the play. You got Dalvin Cook.
Right.
Put Ezekiel Elliott at third string and have Dalvin. You know what? You think Dalvin Cook got blackballed or something? Did he have some type of legal mishap going on?
I think we got a call.
No. Not yet.
Not yet. But I don't know. Dalvin Cook, something happened. I mean, he went from being a top 5 8 running back to can't get on the field. I can't answer it either. I don't know what happened to him that he fell down so quickly. But you know me. With the Cowboys, I always just tell you, I don't care whether they win or lose in the regular season. It's all about the playoffs for them.
Hey, if you want to call in, the number is 909-844-4443. Was talking about the Steelers giving it to the Dallas Cowboys with Justin Fields.
Yeah, Justin Fields, I don't know. I think Russell Wilson, if he has one more game like this last game, I think we're going to see Russell Wilson in there. Like you said.
What you mean, one more win?
No, the Steelers lost. You keep wanting to give the Steelers a win. The Cowboys won that game. This is me. It hurt me because I wanted the Cowboys to lose. So I know they lost.
Yeah. Justin Fields.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I asked the question. Do you think it's time for Russell Wilson to get in there? Because Tomlin's not going to sit around and let the season get thrown away because the quarterback.
Justin Fields looking good though.
Yeah, but he's looking good. But I said he got this loss this week. If they lose again, this week they're playing the Raiders in Las Vegas.
That should be really easy.
So if they don't win that game
with that defense, Devontae Adams is not playing this week.
No, Devontae Adams is not going to play again for the Raiders. You can guarantee Devontae Adams is not going to put on a Raider jersey ever again.
I saw the news and it said that deal was supposed to be done in 48 hours.
Yeah, well they're going to keep whatever's happening. He's never going to put on a Raider jersey again. Pierce is not somebody who plays around. And when you saw the tape when Devontae Adams was crying about how many times he got hit and how I've never been hit this time in a career. You know, once Antonio Pierce saw that, he said he can't play for me. Remember that Mike Singletary line when he felt that what's his name was soft, the tight end. What's his name? But he thought the tight end was playing soft for them. I can't remember the tight end's name, but anyway.
Was it an Arizona coach?
No, this is when Singletary was with the Bears.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, no, not Bears. I mean, the 49ers. He was with the 49ers, and the tight end at the time, who was one of the top tight ends, had a soft game. And he I think almost one time across the middle, he had the alligator arms and didn't want to catch the ball. And another tight, he didn't run out to play. And so Singletary said, I can't have guys like that. Don't want them. Don't have them. You can't play for me if you... And he just went that whole rant.
You got a memory like an elephant. Like
I remember that game like it was yesterday.
Because I vaguely remember. I remember the rant that Singletary did.
Yeah, that was God. I cannot remember his name. He played for the and the worst part is he played for the Redskins in his career too. If you remember the name of the tight end, he was Mr. 49. There, who was the name of the tight end for the 49ers that Mike Singletary went off on in the press conference?
The number to call in is 1-909-844-4443. Giving a shout out to everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube.
And the worst part, on my way home tonight, it's going to hit me. and I'm going to yell it out, and I'm going to be like, I wish I would remember doing the game. But he was a star tight end for the Niners. He had a horrible game, and Mike Singletary in the press conference just went off on him and just talked about, I can't have guys like that on my team. Don't want them. Don't need them.
It's on the tip of my tongue because I think he was on my fantasy team.
Yeah, he was on my fantasy team, and he closed his career out. He's a Washington, D.C. guy. He played for the Redskins. I think he played in Maryland for the Terps. And
was he always hurt?
And he was always hurt, but he was when he was healthy, he was a strong tight end.
I hate when the name's on the tip of my tongue.
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's going to hit me tonight. Like I said, later on tonight, I'm going to yell it out, and I'm like, oh.
Shout out to Vega. How you doing, sir? And shout out to Stacy Spirit with Allen. What's going on, sir?
Oh, yes. Hey, thank you, guys. Thank you. We love you guys listening. Like I said, we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear what I got to say. Like I said, I'm a fan, but I speak from the perspective of I'm gonna call he says I'm a hater. I don't consider myself to be a hater. I just consider myself to say I know what I like. I like team players. I like guys who boost the team up. If you're a me guy, if you're a contract guy, I don't like you. Kirk Cousins, contract guy, I don't like him. Aaron freaking Rodgers, the ultimate, I don't like you guy. Let's get to Aaron Rodgers. I've been waiting too long. I can't hold
go
it
ahead,
anymore.
Steve. Go ahead. I know it's been burning you.
Oh my goodness, it's been burning since listen to me. I called back at the first thing in the morning. I heard the news like first thing they fired this man first. As soon as he walked in the door, the owner said, "Come to my office." Fired him, and they said not just fired him, then called the director of security to escort him out the building. Told him you can't even talk to the team. I mean, this is unprecedented. Usually when a coach gets fired, they allow the coach to go ahead, give one little talk to the team,
closing remarks,
say his hugs, goodbyes, and blah blah blah, and move on. Aaron Rodgers hated this guy so much that he told the owner, "Do not even let him talk to us. I don't even want to see him no more."
See,
send the director.
This is your perspective.
This is not perspective. This is reality. He told the owner.
Aaron Rodgers said he had nothing to do with this, Steve.
Aaron Rodgers is Trumpian. In fact, that he will look you in your eye and lie to your face. Who wants to believe that the owner of the team on a 2-3 team that's playing the Bills this week, they win, they're tied for first place. They're gonna go in and fire the coach first thing in the morning, tell him he can't even go talk to the team. And you gonna tell me that Aaron Rodgers had nothing to do with it?
Nothing. He said he didn't have nothing to do with
it. He'll lie to your face. He said a whole lot. He also said about the vaccine too, that he said something about the vaccine. He had to come out and once he was caught on it.
Do y'all see how much this man does not
like
hate. Aaron Rodgers?
It's reality. Listen to me. If you're paying somebody $50-some million a year and he's the face of your franchise, you think the owner's not going to go out to him first and ask him before he decides to fire the coach, do you think we should keep this guy? And if Aaron Rodgers says, I like what he's doing, keep him, the owner's going to sit there and say, nah, man, we're gonna fire him anyway.
I think it was a business decision, Steve. And I think that
I saw the business.
You do not like Aaron Rodgers. Everybody knows that.
We saw the business decision several weeks ago when the Jets were winning the Monday night game. Salah went over to Aaron Rodgers and tried to give him a hug. And what did Aaron Rodgers do?
He wasn't feeling a hug right then. He was pumped up.
No. He said, "Don't touch me. You're gonna be fired in 2." He said, "Don't touch me. I'm gonna have your ass fired in 2 weeks."
There you go.
That's exactly what he said. He said, "Don't worry. Your days are numbered here. I don't need your hug from you."
Okay.
Now I'm gonna get these guys in perspective because he loves this perspective.
Hey,
his perspective.
Everything has to be in perspective. Everybody has their perspective how things work.
Time out. Robert Saleh is a defensive guy.
Right. And I heard the 49ers might be wanting them back.
Oh, they're going to take him back for sure. Listen to me. What do you think the Jets are ranked in the NFL from the 32 teams in defense? What do you think their ranking is?
You tell me.
Number 2. They got the second best defense in the NFL right now. Number 2. What do you think the Jets are ranked in offense right now?
32?
No, the Panthers. Oh, come on, you got the Panthers. Come on now. No,
Steve, we not ranked 32. Stop it.
Look it up. Look it up. I think you guys are either 31 or 32.
We not 32, Steve.
Well, I think you guys moved up to like 31 or 30 because of Andy Dalton.
I'm gonna stop talking about this.
But anyway, they're 27th. So what's that? So you got Aaron freaking Rodgers at $50+ million a year, started 5 games, and he's ranked 27th in offense, and yet they fired the defensive coach. What kind of crap? That's Washington Redskin that's under Daniel Snyder. That's a Daniel Snyder type move. How you gonna fire the defensive coach when your offense is stinking up? Aaron Rodgers, his last game, he threw 54 passes, 28 for 54, 244 yards, and 3 interceptions.
Bad game.
3 interceptions.
Bad game.
Okay, but why is it a bad game, though? Let's go back to this summer. What did I tell you this summer about Aaron Rodgers? What was my biggest gripe about Aaron Rodgers over the summer?
He's a me guy?
No. Well, that's all. I mean, that's a gripe.
Well, that was one of the things you said. He's a me guy.
Well, why they call him a me guy? What about the off-season workouts?
Because he didn't show up to.
He didn't show up to not one.
He had business trips to take.
Not one voluntary workout did he attend, and they had mandatory meetings. Salah had to fine him because he decided he wanted to go to Egypt for some kind of spiritual awakening rather than miss a mandatory meeting. This is the leader of your team, the quarterback, the guy who's supposed to.
So he was supposed to miss his spiritual awakening.
Yes, absolutely.
In the off season.
Yes.
To go see a team.
When you're paying $50 million a year, absolutely. You can get your spiritual awakening any other time. You don't need to get it during the time when the team. It's not saying a me guy and a team guy. A me guy looks out only for himself. A team guy said, "I'm the leader." You think Tom Brady would blow off a Patriots mandatory meeting for a spiritual awakening? Absolutely not. No, he absolutely would not. And you know he would not. You think Patrick Mahomes would blow a mandatory meeting and show up Andy Reid?
Patrick Mahomes all business.
He's all business, and that's why Patrick Mahomes has 3 Super Bowl rings in 7 years, and our man in his 20th year has 1. So that's reality. That's not perspective. The reality is that in the last 13 years, he has not been able to get back to the Super Bowl because it's been all about him. He got Mike McCarthy fired in Green Bay. Fired. Let's talk about the players who speak bad on him still. Greg Jennings speaks bad on Aaron Rodgers. Jermichael Finley speaks bad about Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going to get a shovel because you just put
I'm
dirt all on Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. Aaron Rodgers.
And if they win this week, then what?
They win. Who are they playing against?
No, if they win this week, that means he was right.
They're playing against the Bills. Monday Night Football.
Oh.
Are you going to win? Okay.
I'm not going with them, but they can do it.
All right, anyway.
They can do it.
They can do it. So,
but you know what? Right. I want to get into a game because this is the game that I confuse. Right. Bo Nix was the rookie that I was the youngster at quarterback that's been blowing it up also.
Yes.
And making strides. You know, he went in there and beat the Raiders. And I know people are going to be like, it was just the Raiders. The Raiders, they have a raw deal. You know, they lost Devontae Adams, and this is like a ongoing thing with them, getting big players for a lot and losing them during the season. This is like the 5th or 6th time this has happened to the Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders are bad organization. I mean, I speak on bad organizations right now. Take away the history. Forget about the 1970s, the 1980s.
Right.
Let's speak in the last 30 years. What have the Raiders done in the last 30 years? They had 1 Super Bowl. They went to that was the year after Gruden took over the year. Gruden left, and then they had Callahan.
And they had Gruden back, and you thought they would have got some of that spark back,
and didn't get it back. Nope.
He didn't stay. Well, he wasn't there long enough.
There wasn't. Well,
and that was another player when Gruden got there. They just drafted the best defensive end in the game,
right? And
they lost him as soon as they got Gruden.
Well, if I remember correctly, Gruden got fired because he was making inappropriate texts to the Redskins GM. That's what got Gruden out of there was some stuff.
And once again, you know, we talked about that when that happened back then, and I didn't agree with you being able to put somebody's personal business out. This is not like they were in a restaurant.
Yeah, but the problem though, he did it on NFL email. So this was done on the official NFL team email.
So if I'm in the building and I go to the restroom just because I was in the official team, no, that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it means everything. We mean it don't mean nothing. It means everything.
You don't put my personal business out.
But no, it's not even personal business. This is comments about, I believe, I think some cheerleaders. I believe it was
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it was a bunch of stuff, but stuff that NFL people who were involved in the NFL comments were made on NFL email. Oh yeah, that's. I mean, look, any job you go to, if you're working
no privacy at all.
Listen to me. If you're at a job, any job you go to, if you're working in a business office and you're using their personal email to make inappropriate comments, you're gonna get fired. If you're working at AT&T and you use your email, your AT&T email to make comments that are detrimental to the organization, they're gonna fire you.
So if we work at a place and we're friends, and I'm sending you an email, they should be allowed to fire me because I sent you an email that was only for your ears.
If it's in your personal email, no.
If it was only for your ears, they should be able to fire me.
Yeah, if you're using their company email, yes. If you're using the company email, yes. If you're using your own personal email,
that's why I said my perspective.
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying.
It's whenever you start any type of job, the first thing they always tell you is that don't do anything to denigrate or hurt the organization. And the NFL of any organization is all about the shield.
All about the shield.
All about the shield. So for sure you definitely don't want to do anything on any NFL personal property, anything.
If you are just now tuning in, please like, subscribe, and share. I know I keep saying this, but this what helps us keep going and keep moving forward. Hit that like button, drop a comment, say what's up. On YouTube, what's up, Barbie? How you doing?
Yes. And
Lamont said Logan Thomas is the person that you were talking about.
Not Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas played for the Redskins, but Vernon Davis. When you said Logan Thomas, it just hit me. Vernon Davis.
And
thank you, Lamont.
Because Vernon Davis was the tight end back then. Him and Gates.
Gates, yes.
And Vernon Thomas was a little bit after Gates, but he was on a lot of my fantasy teams.
For whatever reason, when you said Logan Thomas, Vernon Davis came to my head. I don't know how they.
Vernon Davis. Yeah. Hey, it popped in there.
Yeah, Logan Thomas was one of those guys who should have had a better career than what he had. He just couldn't stay healthy. Here's what you're talking about, but not staying healthy. Logan Thomas, he could have stayed healthy. Could have been a top 10 tight end of all time, but he just could not stay healthy for his life.
It's like that. Like sometimes when a player is just that good, and their body is healthy, then once that one break or that one time they pull that hamstring, it's like some people never lose one injury.
They never lose it, and that was him.
Perfect example, CMC.
Yeah. CMC is another one. Yeah.
And that's heartbreaking because he's so talented.
I know.
If you know what. And this is being a diehard Carolina fan. If he didn't get drafted to Carolina, if he would have went to some place like place that I'm not too fond of, New Orleans, where he had a Drew Brees type quarterback that is giving him a little shuttle pass, he would have been a beast for years to come.
Yeah.
But we used him like a power back and a finesse back. And it was just bad decisions made. Just like the organization, bad decision after bad decision.
Well, I'm glad you did this because you gave me a perfect segue to what I've been waiting for the whole time.
We got to talk about it.
The Bears versus the Panthers. This is the game I've been waiting to talk about all week. Now, for those who don't know, let's give a little background on this to understand the true dynamic of this whole series. Because the Panthers and Bears.
It sounds like you got a book you about to.
Oh my God! I'm already throw out a whole book. The Panthers and Bears will forever be linked on what is perhaps the worst trade in the history of the NFL, and we can officially say that now. We after Sunday we can officially call it the worst trade in the history of the NFL.
Check this out, Steve.
Yeah.
If Bryce Young would have came here and been excellent, it still was the worst trade.
No, not true. No,
very true.
If Bryce Young would have came out and played, he don't have to play like Jaden Daniels played, but even if he just played like how we saw Sunday with Caleb Williams, if he just played like how Caleb Williams played, Panther fans would have something that they could feed off of, something that they can look for. Right now, Bears fans at least have something that they can feed off of, or like look for the future and say, okay, this guy has
who has something.
The Bears. Bear fans right now.
I agree.
They feel good about themselves. They look at what the team has.
They have a team.
They have a team,
and he has a wide receivers, competent wide receivers, and everything to throw to. Bryce Young
has nothing.
It's makeshift.
But
everything is makeshift.
But that goes back to what I'm saying about how it was the worst trade in the because not only did you give up all those draft picks, but you gave up the one guy who could have at least made Bryce Young somewhat relevant in DJ Moore. And here's what I'm speaking about. DJ Moore in the revenge game against the Panthers, 130 136 yards and 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's pretty solid. I mean, what if you're a fantasy wide receiver, you take that.
Okay.
He did this against his former team. He didn't want to leave Carolina. He was not looking at all to leave Carolina. He was a toss-in on a bad trade. They were just like,
keep rubbing salt on the wound.
The Bears GM was like, man, I can't believe this team is this stupid. Why don't we just go for DJ Moore while we're at it?
I never said that our front office made the best decisions. They got rid of Christian McCaffrey, and I was okay with getting rid of Christian McCaffrey,
right,
with proper compensation. But we got magic beans for Christian McCaffrey, not proper compensation. But this goes further back with this organization. Cam Newton. We shouldn't have never got rid of Cam Newton the way we did. And if we were going to get rid of Cam Newton, guess what? You don't let everyone know that you're not going to keep Cam Newton, so you get no trade, no compensation.
It was
value.
Personal. It was personal.
Yeah, yes, but everything that's done seems personal.
But we're
not getting compensation for anybody that we have.
But that's a bad organization. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
A bad organization makes things personal. They don't make things about business. They make things about personal.
And it's crazy. In the NFL, we only have so many organizations that make good business decisions, which is one being the Pittsburgh Steelers, 2 Kansas City Chiefs,
right,
3 the Rams. The Rams make pretty good decisions.
I'll give you that.
It's not many.
No,
it's a lot of teams that have a lot of owners with big pockets that run the team like it wasn't right, but I'm still try it again.
Yeah, but there's mediocre, and then there's just downright stupid. And the Panthers have gone to the level of, like I said, Daniel Snyder-esque stupid.
Hey,
that's where you guys are now. Because think about it. If you didn't even make that trade at all, and you went through and stunk up the season last year like you did anyway,
right?
You'd have the number 1 pick in the draft this year. You could have between Caleb Williams and Jaden Downs. Either one of those is a better pick than what you have now.
And I don't believe, and once I'll say it again, that anybody we would have picked up with that first team that Bryce Young had to deal with, that not this year, the year before, it wouldn't have made a difference. This year we had a little more traction, but they got this. Every year it seems like we make a little traction for them to do something else dumb. They gutted the defense this year. They gutted the offense the year before. Then they gut the defense, and they expect for us to do better.
But everything you're saying would be true. Okay, but you had Frank Reich, and we know Frank Reich had revenge against. He didn't want Young. He wasn't happy with Young. He went out there and let him get beat up. I mean, we know that.
And I wish people would understand that Bryce Young, the year that we got him, we got Andy Dalton to start over Bryce Young.
To start over him.
And let Bryce Young get the speed.
But let him the
Frank
whole year.
got mad and threw Bryce Young to the wolves.
Right, I agree. But then they fired Frank Reich. They could have done right by Bryce Young. Take him out then. You got a new head coach. Put in Andy Dalton and let him play out the season. Right now, Panther fans would not have the same vitriol towards Bryce Young they have now. They will have the same anger and frustration and concern. But they let that man suffer through the whole season playing bad.
Yeah, well, you keep throwing salt on the wound.
But I'm just calling
going forward to Carolina fans, Angel City Riot, Roaring Riot, Panther fans. Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
We can't. Now, if we had a chance at Archie Manning, you think we should go get him?
Absolutely. You should go after Arch Manning. You should go after the quarterback in Alabama, the one in Georgia. Any of those who are the elite quarterbacks coming out, you should go after. Because let's get to it. Now, the coach for the Panthers, Mr. Canales, on Monday had his press conference.
You got more mud?
I got more mud. This is big mud. On Monday at the press,
how you do?
Yeah, at the press conference on Monday, they asked him, "Why did you put Bryce Young in the game?"
Oh my goodness, I saw this.
Why did you put Bryce Young in the game? I mean, that's a pretty reasonable question. Why would you put Bryce Young in? Here is his words. I'm not going to fully quote him, but I'm going to summarize it. He said, "We had a couple of offensive linemen who were hurt and out, and we didn't want to have Andy get hurt. We wanted to protect Andy. Andy means Andy Dalton. So we wanted to protect Andy Dalton. So for that
Why
reason,
do it like you smiling while you talking?
So for that reason, we decided to put Bryce, our franchise quarterback that we gave up 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, and the DJ Young for. We wanted to put him in there with the hurt offensive lineman so that he can go in there and get some live reps, getting beat up. What kind of now on the surface it sounds horrible. On the surface it sounds horrible. It is horrible. But think about this. Dave Canales had no part in drafting Bryce Young. He had no investment in Bryce Young whatsoever.
And he's watching for his job.
He's watching for his job. So to him, Andy Dalton is his job. So when he says, I want to protect Andy Dalton, he's talking about protecting his job. Because
and once again, Steve, this is what I talk about with a team that has no culture. This type of stuff happens when there's no culture. Culture meaning no consistency in this organization where we have people from this team came from this team. This person came from this team. They did this over here in this team. Carolina we need a coach that we have to stick with where when you're in Carolina, everything goes this way, not this way and this way. Because that's how things are being done. Me, this way or that way. No, we have to get a culture.
You got a meddling owner, though. The problem with you guys is that you have an owner who wants to be a part of the scene. He doesn't want to
We're moving forward now.
Well,
we're moving forward
but
now.
Have you moved forward?
Yes, we've moved forward. We're moved on.
Okay.
And we only can look up.
All right, well, you're going to be looking up this week at the Falcons. So I think you're going to be looking up at 1-5.
Shout out to Charles Tongue. He said, no doubt, personal email, no problem, but work communications always get you in trouble.
Always get you in trouble. You can't do that. I mean, they should have been smart enough to know anything you do on the work email will get back to the big wigs, and it's going to come down on you.
And on Facebook, Derek said, I was talking stuff about my old boss and accidentally sent it to her. It went to HR. I was saved because I was on my personal phone.
There you go. And that's it. I mean, if you're on a personal phone, you have a chance. But once you type in that work email and you put something in there, and remember too, who called in? Remember the whole thing? It was like
it was a
rival of the Raiders. So it was somebody who hated Gruden. So I want to say it was the Chiefs.
I don't remember.
I think it was the Chiefs, but it was something where the reason why it came out was because somebody from a rival team called it out and went through and then they investigated and they found out it was what's it called? The GM of the Redskins in Bruce Allen and our man Gruden. All right, let's get to these games.
Somebody dined him out because of something that happened back in the day.
But that's
the best way to put it.
Haters are always going to be haters. See, I'm not a true hater. I wouldn't have called the man out. I wouldn't have done that.
I kind of feel like you would, Steve.
I would not have.
I kind of feel like you would have dined him out.
Anyway, let's get to these games.
Yeah.
You want to do Thursday
That sound means it's time to get to the games.
All right, we got 49ers, Seahawks. That's a pretty solid Thursday night game.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah,
I gotta go with the Seahawks.
Seahawks too. I'll take them too.
I'm going with the heart, even though I'm a Brock Purdy person.
Too many people hurt. I'm not a Brock Purdy person. I think he's a game man. He has to have everybody in there. But people hurt. He's not the same quarterback. So Seahawks. All right. Now we got the Sunday morning game. I love these London games. It's nice to have a 6:30 a.m. game. We got the Jacksonville Jags, who just got their first win of the season last week against the Chicago Bears.
And I'm gonna go with the Jags this week. I think the Jags will put two together. I think they finally got it together in their head what they want to do.
You know, the Jags are like the London team. They're like every year they have that London game for the Jags. The owner of the Jags is from London, so he's managed to get that game every year. So they have a fan base there now. They feel like it's home field for them. I just think that the Bears are just going to find a way. I got the Bears in the upset. That's my upset special.
All right. Hey, have you ever been to that field
in London?
Yeah.
I wish I want to go there. I heard it's amazing.
I was there when we played Tampa Bay.
It's a huge stadium. It's a
huge stadium.
Yeah,
and it's different being in a stadium where you see every jersey from every team.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like the home
all
team.
Teams,
yeah,
right.
it was every jersey.
Yeah, yeah. they do a good thing with that whole London game. It's a good experience.
I mean, Tampa Bay, since it was supposed to be a Tampa Bay home game,
Right.
they put all the Tampa Bay flags and everything everywhere, but that stuff was just sitting there because most people were Tampa Bay fans.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think in the next 5 years, well, let's say between 5 to 8 years, there'll be an NFL team in London?
I want to say yes because of money, but that's going to be a tough pull. Them games, it's one thing to play a game, but imagine playing a game that you love to play, that you always played in the afternoon,
right,
or in the morning, and now you're going to play it at midnight or 1 a.m.
Right. Well, no,
that does a thing to your body.
I think the NFL will do how they're doing it now, where they'll have the games at 6:30 a.m. for our team. They'll do, they'll have it where the games are going to, for the fans in London, it's going to suck for them because they're going to have all those late games to watch every week. But they've been doing it anyway.
But it's going to be in London.
Yeah, the team will
be in
London.
The team that's there is going to feel that because they're going to be out there days before that.
Right. I mean, it'll suck. Like I said, it'll suck for them when London goes and plays L.A.
You don't think that takes something away from the player in the game?
Well, but of course it does. But NFL don't care about the players; they care about the money. And so, you're talking about London has 15 million people plus. That's huge revenue. And they're going to sell out all them jerseys, So I think it's going to happen. I think London's going to have a team within the next 5 to 8 years.
Shout out to Cynthia. She said, "I love you guys."
We love you too.
We'll go to the next game, Steve.
Okay, so we said,
you know who Cynthia is?
I don't know Cynthia, no, but
shout out, Cynthia. How you doing, Cynthia? And thanks to Charles. Thank you for tuning in. Barbie, Lamont.
Okay, I see. All right, thank you guys. We love you all. Like I said,
everybody watching.
Everybody watching, we love it
on Facebook also.
Yes. So I got the Bears. You got the Jags.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm gonna be right again, right?
Okay. Well,
do you know who's winning the office pool?
You got a couple games. Listen to me.
Do you know who's winning?
You're winning it. I had a bad first week.
So
I've caught up though.
Since perspective and facts, right?
Yeah. Facts is
now the fact is the fact that if I'm winning the office pool, that means I caught more games right than you.
Yeah, absolutely is a fact.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, I own up to my first week. I went 8-8, which is horrible for me. I don't like 500. That's something I don't do. So
I'm gonna pull away this week.
So we're gonna see. But Bears will beat the Jags. Okay, Bucks versus the Saints.
I'm going with the Bucks.
Two teams coming off tough losses.
That was a hard one to swallow for the Bucks. The Bucks is gonna they're gonna stump on the Saints because Carr's out.
Yeah, Carr's out. I got to go with this Bucks too.
Have you seen the backup quarterback for the Saints ever play in college?
I did watch him play. Yeah, I'm not too impressed.
Yeah.
So I got
definitely the Bucks.
Yeah, I got the Bucks too. So okay, we're gonna skip over what should have been the Sunday night game. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Cardinals against the
Packers.
Who we got?
I'm going with Green Bay. It's going to be in Green Bay.
Yeah, it's in Green Bay.
You're going to see a lot of cheese heads.
Yeah, it's in Green Bay. Cardinals have been playing much better football, though. I will give Cardinals have been playing better.
And Harrison Jr. has been looking really, really good.
Yeah, but they need to get him the ball more, though. He needs to get more targets. I think they need to find a way to get the ball in his hands more. It was screen passes.
They need another wide receiver to complement him.
Right. That's what they do need. That is true. They do need another wide receiver, but they need to find any way to get him the ball. So yeah. So I do like the Cards, but it is in Green Bay, so I'll go with Green Bay.
Hey, Steve, they don't try to stay on my bumper because I'm beating you already.
Listen to me. I'm being real this week.
Okay, I'm being real too.
I'm being real.
I got some upset specials for you.
Okay. All right. What about Colts Titans? Speaking of upset specials, we got some beat up quarterbacks. We don't know.
Flacco's still playing, right?
We don't know. And they're talking about Richardson might try to get out there this week. So
see, I picked the Colts because I thought Flacco might still play.
Yeah. See, no, Richardson said he's a game time decision. He wants to play. He saw what Flacco did. So you get healthy much quicker when
you're like, I might lose my job.
Yeah, when a Super Bowl winning quarterback gets out there and looks good. So I think if Richardson can walk, he's going to play. So that being said, I'm taking the Colts.
I'm taking the Colts also because I'm hoping that the the coach will keep Richardson down on the bench and let the man get completely healthy.
You would think so, but
Don't do him like RG3 and put him in the game when he's not completely healthy and make it worse.
Why you got to go there?
Because it is what it is. Flacco is doing the job.
I know. I'm not. You just
Man.
brought up a bad memory, though. All right. Texans versus the Patriots.
Texans, of course. You gonna pick the
I'm just trying to make it seem somewhat. Now the Patriots are starting Drake May this week.
Oh my!
So what's that? Drake May, the number 3 pick of the draft.
Oh my! Say Drake May again.
Drake May. So unlike the Panthers, they said Drake May, you sit on the bench for about 5-6 weeks and watch a real.
Did you have to throw my look?
Any time, any place, any chance, I'm going to throw in that.
Where are we going now, Steve?
I got Texans too. We're going to go to, speaking of teams we've been beating up on, the Cleveland Browns against the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagle, fly. This is not even a. Do you think about it?
Nah, I don't have to think about it.
Okay.
I was just letting you get your Fly, Eagles, fly out.
Yeah, Fly, Eagles, fly.
Shout out to the Bird Gang.
Yeah.
Eagles, it's going to be in Philly too.
Yeah, until I see Jameis Winston on the field, I have no faith in Deshaun Watson.
Ooh.
No faith. So, yeah. All right. Here's an interesting one. Chargers at the Broncos. Speaking of a quarterback surprise, Bo Nix. What you looking at?
I'm going with Bo Nix.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with Bo.
You going to go with Bo at home?
Yes, sir, at home.
All right, so if you're going to go with Bo at home, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to take the Chargers because they're coming off a bye.
I'm glad you will.
They're well rested, so let's go with the Chargers. Go Chargers.
You think Hubbard going to have it together?
I think Hubbard, not Hubbard, but J.K. Dobbins will have it together.
Oh, you think the running back is going to make the difference?
Yeah. And I think Herbert, I think he's going to be healthy enough to play. So, yeah, I look at a big running game.
Never go against somebody named Bo.
I don't know Bo. Yeah, but no, Bo knows football.
See, there you go. You knew where I was going with it.
Bo knows football.
He knew where I was going with it.
All right, but we got Steelers at the Raiders.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh too.
Where Bear at? You know, this Bear team. I'm a ride with Bear's team. You know, it's only because the Raiders is being kicked around by inside the organization. I hope this coach does not get fired because of the turmoil that's going on inside the locker room.
You got our man Devontae Adams don't want to play for him no more. He's going to go back to Aiden O'Connell. So he's doing this quarterback every other week. Start Minshew, start O'Connell, start Minshew, start O'Connell.
I just don't want him to lose his job because Devontae Adams, to be completely honest, before this man got the job, he wanted out of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
He did not want to be there. Once Carr was gone,
that was his boy.
He mentally left right then.
Oh, yeah, that was his boy.
Let's not act like he wanted to be there, Raider fans. He was mentally gone then, and you guys should have got trade value or whatever right then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't keep nobody that's not that's unhappy. The same thing that happened to Green Bay with keeping Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was done with Green Bay 2-3 years before they let him leave. Stop keeping players when players are unhappy with the organization as a whole, not just unhappy with the coach. He was unhappy with the organization. He did not like how things were being done.
So you're okay with the Bryce Young trade then? So if you're saying get rid of a guy who doesn't,
stop trying to read into other things.
Let's say, so are you okay with the Bryce Young trade then? Because I think Bryce Young's okay with it.
Look,
I'm just saying. You had a comment. Don't hold on to a guy who doesn't want to be with the organization.
And Bryce Young ain't said nothing about wanting to leave, sir.
You don't have to
That's
say it.
Your hating self.
I saw the look on his face on the sidelines. He wanted to be any place else where he was.
Let me be clear.
Woo.
Bryce Young is Carolina's quarterback right now and for the future. Now, if the organization was to get some proper compensation for him and where we can get other pieces in the draft where it makes sense for us to go after Archie Manning, but we can, no matter what we do, we need linebacker, defensive end, safety in this draft.
Oh, by the way, thank you for Frankie LeBeau.
what I'm talking about.
So speaking of that, thank you
That's
so
what I'm
much.
talking about.
He's stepped in, and within like 3-4 weeks, he's already the defensive leader of the Commanders.
I see him in your locker room.
He's playing,
doing what he's doing.
Doing what he do, and the whole team respects it. I didn't know he was as good as, I honestly didn't think he was as good as.
How's Jeremy Chin doing over there?
Jeremy Chin's doing plays too. I mean, he don't have the same energy that LaRue does, but we're happy to have him. We are thankful. Thank you for the gift.
Yeah.
So
the gift that keeps on giving. Carolina.
Keeps on giving. So speaking of which, let's get Carolina out of the way. Falcons at the Panthers.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get out of the way. Because I know where you're going to go. I know where you should go. The quarterback you love and
make your pick, Steve. Dang.
Well, I mean,
make your pick.
You know who my pick is. It's going to be the Falcons. It's not a playoff game, so the Falcons can win. If it was a playoff game, I'd take the Panthers. I know what Kirk Cousins does in the playoffs, but it's a regular season game, so I expect him to have big numbers. I might even pick him up off the waiver wire if he's available. I'm just telling you.
Well, I have no steam right now.
Look,
hey,
don't go with your heart. Go with your brain. Don't make this heart pick.
You will never get me to go against my team. But what I'm gonna say right now, and we got to move on. That my mom told me if I didn't have anything good to say, don't say nothing at all. So I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna let Steve make his pick. You will see my pick on the office football pool if you're involved. If you want to still get involved, you're able to get involved.
He's taking the Falcons. It's okay. I'll whisper it. He's taking the Falcons. But it's all right.
I'm taking Carolina.
So speaking of a hometown pick, because this is a hard one for me.
About my team.
Now, first of all, this should, we got the flex now in the NFL. So those who know what the flex is, the NFL can announce ahead of time they want to move a game from the Sunday day games to the Sunday night game for the better matchup.
They did it?
They did not do it this week. And people in the DMV are pissed off because the game of the week that should be being played on Sunday Night Football is just a regular Sunday game.
Washington
versus Baltimore.
Yeah, I know.
Come on now. You're talking about the two most dynamic, the old guy in Lamar Jackson versus the young guy in Jaden Daniels. Everybody needs to see that in prime time. That's prime time football.
Who would think that you would want to see a 1-4 team play a 2-3 team for the Sunday night game? Who would think that?
Who would think that? I mean, Bengals, Giants, really? I mean, the New York Giants still have that much pull in the NFL that
when we talk about marketing, why didn't they do that?
Because once again, certain owners have special pull in the NFL that for whatever reason they'll look past what the fans want, because it's not about the fans. They don't care about what the fans want. They don't care about the players.
Ooh, speak the truth, Steve.
Speak the truth. How can you not have the Commanders Ravens not be the Sunday night game when that is the game?
How do you make that a regular game?
Yeah, it's just a regular game. It's not even nothing special about it. It's just a regular game.
I would even rather the Lions and the Cowboys over the.
What's that? Yeah, you could move the Lions Cowboys to the 1 o'clock if you want. They give me Lions Cowboys, which don't get me wrong, that's a great matchup too. But everybody wants to see Commanders Ravens and see the two most dynamic quarterbacks playing in the NFL right now.
That's the game of the week.
So this is a hard one for me. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm gonna do something I hate to do, and that's pick against the Commanders.
Wow.
But unlike you, I don't have perspective. I have reality.
Okay.
And right now, the Commanders, as well as they're playing,
right,
they don't have the same talent level that the Ravens do. Okay, so playing in Baltimore, I expect much of my man, our running back for the Ravens, Derrick Henry, is going to go big. And I think the Ravens will find a way to pull the game out. But I don't want to pick the Ravens. But I'm gonna go against conventional wisdom and take the Ravens to win. But I expect Jaden Daniels to still play strong.
Well, I'm unlike Steve with my perspective.
Okay.
And my facts. I'm gonna go with the hot man. And the man that I'm gonna go with, his name is Jaden Daniels, but here I like to call him half man, half amazing.
And he is.
And I will take Washington to upset special to beat Baltimore this week.
Yeah, I just think.
And I'm going to take that all the way to the betting office.
Okay, all right. Listen, I'm not going to cry if the Commanders win, but I'm just looking off of.
Hey, Mr. W on your hat.
I'm calling it. But I in time he will be the best quarterback in football. But I think right now he's still a rookie, even though he's been, like you said, half man, half amazing. But he's still
half man, half amazing.
But he's still a rookie, and I think I like the Ravens defense over the Commanders defense. And I think in a high scoring game, I think the Ravens will find a way.
I can't wait till next Wednesday so we can see what happens.
Oh yeah, see what happens.
Hey, either way, I'm just going with the hot hands. Where we going now, Steve?
Well, we're down to our last games. I think we got to go to Lions and Cowboys. This is the big 125 game. Lions at the Cowboys.
I'm taking the Lions.
I'm going to go to the Lions too because I think the Lions want revenge for the horrible coaching decisions last year in that game. Those who remember the game last year, Coach Campbell destroyed the Lions to give the Cowboys the win. So I think it's going to be revenge. I got Lions too.
All right.
The game I told you was the worst decision the NFL's made this year so far. The Bengals at the Giants, Sunday Night Football. I'll be resting during that game. I don't even care to watch that game.
I'm going to take Cincinnati.
I got Cincinnati too, but
it should be a good game to put a couple dollars on to make some money.
Yeah, make some money. If you got Jamar Chase, put some money on him. I think Neighbors, they said, might be out that game, so they have really no chance to win.
Let's go to the Monday night.
All right. Aaron freaking stabbed Mr. Salah in the back. Rodgers. Mr. Stab him in the back, Rodgers.
Steve, we talking about the game, and you still on Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, because he better play his you-know-what off.
He is.
You got that coach fired like that?
I picked him up in fantasy. He's going to have a good game. He's going to have a good game that day.
All right, so he needs to because he got that coach fired. That man has a wife and kids to feed. You know, he now got to go home and look his wife in the face.
Oh, my goodness.
And say, I got punked by Aaron Rodgers. I got the Bills. I can't go for Aaron Rodgers to win. I want the Bills to run all over him.
You know,
run, Allen, run.
The Bills are a little banged up over there. Both their wide receivers keep going either questionable or doubtful, then back to questionable. I do like Cook, Dalvin Cook's brother. He's over there in Buffalo. Ah, man. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a big game this game. I think this is going to be a shootout, but I'm going to take the Bills to nudge it.
Good move.
Just to nudge it. And like Lamont said right here, by one game, I'll take number one back this weekend.
Okay, so he thinks he's going to take over. Well, the Eagles didn't play last week, so he couldn't put that Eagle pick in. So
yeah.
So did we do the Eagles?
Hey, Lamont, we need you to call in next week, sir.
Yeah, we need you to call in.
After this game, we want you to call in. But thank you guys for tuning in. We went over our time, but it was a good show.
We had a lot to say.
A whole lot to say.
So
we will be back next week at 7.
Tell me if I'm right or wrong. What is your opinion on Aaron Rodgers? Am I being too harsh on Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
He does have a Super Bowl win.
Yes.
He is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes.
But he's not a team guy. He's a me guy. And he'll always be a me guy. And I'm gonna hold him accountable for it.
But the game is kind of set up like for people to be me people.
Listen, the two guys who have 10 Super Bowl wins in the last 20 years are we guys. Who are those guys? Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. These are we guys. Neither one of them have been the highest paid quarterback in the league. They said, pay me less money, give the guy to my receivers and my tight end, and have them get them the glory, and I'll just get the rings. Those are we guys. Aaron Rodgers could have kept Devontae Adams in Green Bay. What did he do?
You keep saying like Aaron Rodgers makes business decisions.
He did make a business decision.
We're going to bring that up on the next week.
He could have told Green Bay, look, give Devontae Adams what he needs to stay in Green Bay. He said, no, pay me $50 million. And Devontae Adams went on the greener pastures.
Derek, I'm going to hit you up on your messenger about coming to that this week. Oh, I'll be in Vegas. I just thought about that.
Yeah. That's his excuse to get out of it.
Stop it. But I'll hit you up.
I'm playing with you, but he know.
I got to make some bets.
He know he don't want to go to no watch party. You know what? We know he's not watching the Panthers really.
Well, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I can't be there because I will be someplace different, but I do not like arguing with people that say stupid stuff when the game is on.
Are you talking about Panther fans?
I do not like arguing with people.
Are you talking about Panther fans?
Hey, I'm a diehard fan. Yeah. Don't talk stuff about us until we lose the game. While the game is going on and we have hope, I don't want to hear all this and talking stuff. I don't like that.
I love hearing it.
But we'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Tune in, 7 p.m., Blow the Whistle Sports. Please like, subscribe, and share. And